You only need 4 add-ons for World of Warcraft in patch 10.2 to feel yourself right at home, like you're not hindering your progress, not making life unnecessarily hard for yourself, as well as not bloating your interface unnecessarily. Welcome back to the channel, everyone. I'm Gyro, and I welcome casual players and beginners of World of Warcraft, returning players, to our little club where we don't pretend to be experts or min-maxes, but I tell you what you need to know about the new raids, new dungeons, and in this particular case, UI, the user interface of World of Warcraft. It has been updated over the past few patches, and even 10.2 had some updates, but we're not going to dive into that. We only will talk about 4 add-ons that you arguably need to feel yourself right at home. So without any further ado, let me just take you to curseforge.com, the wonderful website that I'm not affiliated with in any shape or form, and I will tell you exactly what to get, especially if you're new to this. If this is helpful in any way, shape or form, or if you just want to support me returning to World of Warcraft, please give me a quick like, that goes a long way. Alright, so first and foremost, my friends, obviously we're going to start with the Deadly Boss Mods add-on. There are a couple of different boss trackers kind of for your raiding purposes, and for casuals it's mostly relevant for LFR, looking for raid, but it's also relevant for world boss encounters, it's relevant for the dungeons as well, so do not just quickly dismiss this if you're not particularly a raider. So there are a couple of different mods, but I have been sticking with these Deadly Boss mods for years and years, and I believe this is pretty damn awesome. It tells you everything you need to know about the encounter without watching any of my ranty videos, but you're welcome to watch those as well. It tells you exactly when to taunt, when to pull, it tells you exactly when to not stand in the fire, even though that should come without saying, but it does all that awesome stuff. So let's now take a look at the second add-on, which is a so-called damage meter. I used to use a recount add-on for many years, but then it somehow got superseded by this beauty called details. I'm not gonna go into particular details of details. First of all, because I'm not an expert, and second of all, because I don't know the intricacies of it, but just by the number of downloads, you can see that this add-on is pretty damn popular, just like Deadly Boss Mods is, and ultimately it does exactly what it says on the tin. It measures your damage. Yeah, it measures your damage output, it measures the damage uptime. It has different switches here that allow you to switch using the very simplistic settings. It's not an add-on guide, it's simply a pointer to the add-on that allow you to very simply determine how much healing you're doing, how much DPS you're doing per minute, how much overall damage you're doing, how much downtime you have, all sorts of things, how much damage your pet is doing. Now we're going to something that, again, one would argue, do you need it? Maybe not, but should you have it as a serious World of Warcraft player? Abso-freaking-lutely. And it is an amazing add-on called WeakAuras. I have my own kind of earlier sort of very casual friendly guides to WeakAuras specifically, not extensive, but some guides. This is essentially an add-on that gives you again, like a system within a system. It's an add-on system within already the UI of World of Warcraft. It allows you to import specific strings, kind of similar to how you import right now the loadouts for your talents, for example, for your talent trees that you can copy from other characters when inspecting them. You can do that in case you didn't know. But what WeakAuras does is there are special websites, yes, famous ones like WoW, for example, but you can Google for it if you want to find some other areas. Basically online repositories where people share their specific auras. What's an aura? Well, aura is a set of visual indicators, if you like, on the UI that are responding to specific triggers. For example, when boss is using certain ability. It's kind of like it's like a customized version of Deadly Boss Mods that you can write for yourself, or you can just import one tiniest little string into the WeakAuras, have it there reflected in your own list of these auras that you are particularly using, and only use that. For example, I have a ton of them myself, and I'm using the auras such as the ones that are showing to me when Earth Shield is on me, when I'm a tank. That's it. That's all that an aura might be doing. It simply creates a nice, very visible icon of Earth Shield is on you, Gyro, with, like, for example, a stack number as well. Because there are ways to change the visibility of it, change the stack showing or not showing, timers, whatnot. It's an insanely popular and insanely powerful add-on. I could not give enough credit to WeakAuras. It's fantastic. There are things such as rare timers spawning across Dragon Isles that are in this. There are things that are telling you specifically when to use each ability and other kind of things. It's amazing. WeakAuras deserves installation and deserves obviously your further research, because this particular, already getting a bit ranty video is not going to tell you all you need to know. I'm simply raising your awareness here to this amazing add-on if somehow you were living under a complete rock and you never heard of this before. The number 4 that I think you arguably need is Plater Nameplates add-on. Now this add-on is also very popular, as you can see. You know, it has 41 million installations, and it basically changes the standard rather ugly nameplates and the health bars of enemies and of friendlies on your UI to something a lot more clickable, a lot more easier to read, a lot more verbose as far as the information goes, as far as buffs, debuffs on specific things are concerned. It shows to you things looking like this. You don't even need arguably WeakAuras or Deadly Boss mods sometimes even in order to see exactly how much life is remaining, what exactly is the enemy casting, what debuffs are currently afflicting it, what buffs are on them. Plater is really awesome. It's a tiniest little thing, little add-on, quick to install and whatever, doesn't occupy any memory, any space on your disk, whatever, but at the same time the amount of quality of life that it adds, I'm very surprised that Blizzard has not simply embedded something like this into the standard UI, having done so much already improvement to the standard UI. It perplexes me. I do genuinely think that they could have implemented something like this with zero effort. And these are the 4 add-ons that you need, in my humble opinion. Casual, not casual, but people who are playing World of Warcraft as it's intended to be played. Some solo content, some group content, raids, this kind of stuff. Now, as promised, 2 optional additions. I'm not gonna say that they are absolutely mandatory, but because you've been watching this video until this very point, thank you very much for your support, I will show you 2 more add-ons. First one is Auctionator, or if we're counting from the beginning, it's number 5 for today. Auctionator, you don't need it. Absolutely you don't need it, but if you are a crafter, if you are buying and selling things on auction, if you are one of those people who is trying to make gold, if you're one of those people who is trying to basically play the market a little bit without having to do a lot of legwork of using standard interface and going through listings of what's the average price, what's this and that on the market, is installing something like this is showing you and others that you are taking this game, as far as its commercial aspect, game within a game of commercial aspect of it, a little bit more seriously. So if you are into crafting, if you are into making gold, if you are into selling things for the right price and doing it effectively and efficiently as well, installing something like Auctionator is a good idea. It's an optional mod, you don't need it, but here you go, it's your bonus thing for today, my friend. And finally, it's a Rare Scanner add-on. Rare Scanner add-on is fantastic. It does what it says on the tin. It has one slight annoyance to it, but at the same time, it's an amazing thing in itself. And it does what you think it does. It tells you in a rather somewhat invasive and somewhat kind of like a bit in your face way when a certain rare has popped up on in a certain zone. That's what it does, specifically in the zone where you are in currently. But I don't know, I think it might be expanding beyond the zone that you're currently in, so it might tell you about a rare that spawned somewhere else in Dragon Isles, but do not take my word for it, because I have not installed this add-on, hence why it's optional. But it's a good add-on. It's a good add-on if you're serious about hunting rares, specifically within a particular area, such as, I don't know, Exile's Reach, such as, you know, such as the Emerald Dream right now. If you want to have it sitting there in the background and not having to have the map open all the time and look for that popping icon, if you want to be told when a rare has popped up, well, it's great. So it's a good add-on. And that's it, my friends. So this is it for today. Very quick, intended to be quick video, but ended up not being that quick. Ended up being standard size, just about over 10 minutes. These are the 4 add-ons that you need, and 2 optional add-ons only for those of you who are particularly curious. If this helped you, please give me a like, because your like helps you, and I help you by giving these very quick guides. And stick around for more, because we are about to start reviewing the new wing of Looking for Raid that just released this week. So more boss guides are coming your way, and more content of World of Warcraft and Path of Exile soon, as they're announcing the new expansion. So for those of you who are playing both games, hopefully this will please you as well. Haven't forgotten about Path of Exile, now returning to World of Warcraft. Related, thank you very much for watching. I'll talk to you next time. Goodbye for now.